Okay, let's kick off. So the first topic point, as Tyler said, is really just your basic tips. So the number one thing that I would say is you need to ensure that you have a full profile on LinkedIn. That sounds obvious, but so many people don't. It's really easy to do that. Again, I can show anyone this offline, but you pretty much go in, press edit on your profile, and LinkedIn will walk you through each step. There are a variety of sections on your profile that you can fill out, and our advice is fill out every single section, because it's really important that when you're using a platform like LinkedIn, you're being really open around who you are, what you do, you know, and why you're on the platform. And the best way to communicate that is through a full profile. One of the things that I can't stress enough when creating this full profile, the picture.
Most important.
Not most important, but so important. What we say so regularly is just remember, this is LinkedIn, it's not Facebook. And so while we encourage a bit of creativity with the photo, please remember to keep it professional. So you've designed this full profile, absolutely great. Make sure you now go about building a relevant network. Now, what a relevant network is to myself or Tyler will be completely different to what it is to any of you, and that's absolutely fine. You need to work out why you're on LinkedIn, what you're trying to get out of the platform, you know, whether it is business connections, you know, whether it is you're trying to find, I don't know, a mentor, or you're trying to find like-minded people who do the same job. And so then be really tailored and structured about how you then go about building that network. You know, it's not a platform where you want to just be sending invites to everybody, you know, in the whole of Australia, let's say. You know, keep it really tailored so that you yourself can then get the best out of the network that you're creating. I would then say, you know, now that you have spent time creating that network, make sure that you are communicating with them effectively. You know, you've decided why you're on it. Start sharing content that is relevant to that why. That will really engage that specific network that you've created. The other thing I would say, one thing that I know is important in what I do is I actually have recommendations on my profile. I don't know if you have done that. Yes. Yeah. Okay, great. The reason I do that is because, you know, I've created this profile so that people know why I'm on the platform, but I want people to know that, you know, I have a history in what I do, and that other people in their networks know me or have worked with me. I think it just builds a bit of confidence when you're trying to connect with people. So I have a number of recommendations that people can review when I send over a connection request, and it just makes people more aware of who I am. The last thing I would say is you've built this profile, you've built this network, you're starting to engage, make sure you're responsive. If people are replying to you, if people are messaging you, make sure you're talking back to them. Whew, I'll stop there for a minute. Okay, over to you.
Look, after you get all that set up, which I'm sure the majority of you have, it's all right, now what kind of content do you want to create? How do you engage with your community on LinkedIn? And for me, and I think for Rasheen as well, you know, being your authentic self at work is really important.
Yeah.
But you can also bring that to how you communicate to your networks on LinkedIn also. So what you see is what you get, whether you wanted it or not, whether you paid for it or you didn't. But it's the most meaningful and authentic way that you can communicate, because it is in your natural voice.
Yeah.
And so there's a number of different ways, so I won't kind of go down that path, because Rasheen's going to talk about the variety. But being personal does not mean posting your breakfast.
Yeah.
You know,
remember, it's not Facebook.
It's not Facebook.
Yeah.
I say it's not Facebook, but you can talk about what are you working on,
Yeah.
you know, or do you have challenges at work,
Yeah.
and asking your community questions or advice, because it starts a conversation. And you might learn something, but two, you're really engaging your relevant network that you've already built to ask meaningful engagement from them. You might learn something.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, keep the content up and increase the frequency of it as well. So ongoing engagement is really important, but keep it really authentic to your voice and style.
Yeah, and I think what we always say on that point, you can be personal yet professional.
Yes.
And that's, I think, really important.
Mm-hmm.
So the next thing that I would say is, as Tyler just touched on, it's the variety of content. You know, I, for one, you know, the first probably 10 years of using, I'm showing my age now, aren't I? The first 10 years of using LinkedIn, I relied solely on posting written form. platform. You know, I'm a recruiter, you know, working with Beaumont people, and so every week I would send out, you know, a really kind of bog standard written update of the jobs that I was working on, and that's fine. But I hadn't realised there were other ways I can engage until actually a few months ago. You know, the second lockdown we were in, I remember coming on to LinkedIn one day and thinking, oh, I'd love to have a chat with my network and just seeing how they are. And I just decided to video myself one day and kind of ask them how they are. And you know, I was having a bit of a struggle professionally because, you know, I think we were all in the same boat, and I put it out there to the networks, and the reaction was just wonderful, and it created a level of engagement and professional support that I had never got from the platform before, and it opened up my eyes to what you can do on there. And
change it up.
You've got to change it up, and you know what? That has now really enabled me to share so many different varieties of content. So really bring variety to what you do. You can share written form, you can share videos, you can share websites that are interesting to your professional life, you can share newsletters, you can share surveys, and you know, you can put in questionnaires so that you can get information from your network. There are so many ways that you can talk, communicate, ask for help. Make sure you utilize them, because you'll find that each of those forms brings a different kind of style of communication back to you, and they can just be so helpful and meaningful to the business network that you're building. I feel like, I don't know about you, but we've just kind of, you know, provided an awful lot of information in a short amount of time, and we talk quite quickly.
Yeah. You might need to watch it again.
You might need to watch it again. So there's definitely going to be a record of this that you can look at any point. But please do reach out to us if we can help you build your profile, give you tips, tricks, whatever it might be around LinkedIn, because it is such a great tool if you're using it effectively. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been great.
Yeah.
Hope it's been useful, and we look forward to connecting with you on LinkedIn, of course.
Find us.
Yeah, please find us. Yeah, we hope you found today useful. Have a great day.
Bye.